Hey y'all, welcome to CreepyQuills booktube channel. Today I'm going to be doing my first book review on Cameron Jace's Insanity. I decided to do this outside because it is a beautiful day, but the wind is picking up a little bit. Steve is with me. Say hi, Steve. He's got him some snacks and I'm getting me some as well. And if y'all have a tea set and want to join me, feel free. I have already put my Oreo in some milk. Waiting for it to get, oh, there we go. Yes. I pour me some tea. And then yes, I did paint the roses red. And she is not too happy about it. Give you a little overlook. I don't think I want my cupcake just yet. I do want some more cheese though. So good. So this is 19-year-old Alice Wander. And for the past 2 years, she has been in the Radcliffe Lunatic Asylum for killing her classmates. She does not remember doing this. She suffers from hallucinations. They put her through shock therapy. And in the asylum with her is a professor of philosophy turned serial killer, Professor Caterpillar. Yes, you heard right. Peanut butter and jelly. Now the professor thinks she is the quote-unquote real Alice and tells her that he could help her find out who she really is in exchange for helping him catch the Cheshire Cat Killer. Yeah, another serial killer. So this is a... I need some sugar. This is a YA. I thought it might be YA horror, but I would describe it more as YA thriller. It's not, there's not a lot of gore. Sorry, grape. I really am hungry. This is my lunch. But the Cheshire Cat Killer is killing girls. So the professor tells her he could get her like out of the asylum, and she has to undergo certain, it's almost like a scavenger hunt kind of thing. She has to get involved in looking at Lewis Carroll's paintings and photographs, trying to find out why the Cheshire is doing what he's doing, and along the way discovering who she is. Now the cons for this book, I would say, I did see just a few editing mistakes, not too many though, not enough to drive me crazy or anything. I think maybe 2, 3. Which one's this? The positives, well, I guess along with the negative too, there was times it was a little bit choppy. Not a lot though, because choppiness in writing can drive me crazy. So it wasn't enough for me to, you know, go insane or anything like that. It tastes like an Oreo milkshake when you do it like that. But the only other con would be, and I think it might be because the first book I finished this year was Stephen King's It, which is like a 1,200 page adult horror. And then I jumped into a YA. And this is more of a YA thriller, not horror. You know, like I said, not a lot of gore. And so the writing, because of the serial killers, it's not adult. It is YA. But I think I was going into it expecting a little bit more adult, so that's not the book's fault. That's just my brain still being on Stephen King. So like I said, not its fault. So I don't really hold it against that. The character Alice, I really did like her. Who was your favorite character, Steve? Steve liked the professor. The Professor Caterpillar, I would describe him as a YA Hannibal Lecter with a hookah. And in this world, and this is not a spoiler alert, you know, it's like real world, the Wonderland characters are supposedly reincarnated into what we see as real people. So the person that you're meeting could be a reincarnated Wonderland character. So not everybody is who they seem to be. So the premise was brilliant. I loved the story. And it's really hard to pull off an Alice in Wonderland sort of retelling without making it overly ridiculous. And I think this author did a really good job of making it perfectly Alice in Wonderland. you know, doing the whole everyone's mad here. There's some great quotes. It's not a spoiler alert or anything. So I will be going over some quotes at the end of this. But Alice by the end, well, I can't really tell you that. This is actually a series. So I will say negative / positive, just as with a series, it almost felt too short, but at the same time, I feel like if it was any longer, it maybe would have held my interest. I think the author did a really good job of making it just the right length of time. I want a grape. And I think this is an 8-book series. And she developed enough to where, like, I want to continue on, as with the other characters. So long, and you will see people who are not fans of Alice, I'm not sure you would like this, but I think you should give it a shot if you do like YA thriller. But like I said, he does quote a lot of Alice stuff in here, and you can tell this author has a passion for Alice in Wonderland, which I very much appreciate. And I think that's one of the main things I loved about this book, is that it put me, as you could tell, in a very Alice in Wonderland mood. I haven't read Alice in Wonderland since I was probably a kid, and I want to reread it as an adult, but I want to read it maybe like this kind of version. I haven't read this yet, or an annotated version, because I don't really know a lot about Lewis' character. This author put a lot of facts into his book, like stuff like, I didn't know Alice in Wonderland was originally supposed to be called like Alice's Adventures Underground, I believe. So the fact that he knows that, it's like she's on the hunt finding out facts about Lewis Carroll, and the whole premise of Wonderland being real and the characters are reincarnated. The plot was just amazing. I loved it. I do intend to continue the series, and like I said, the few editing and, you know, mistakes, but that's not, it's okay. There was a love story in here for all of you who really want a love story. Now, it did kind of annoy me at first, but because I don't really like the whole insta love thing, but the thing to keep in mind is that I put it in my head, it may not be insta love, because he may not be who he says he is. So, and I love the way Alice handled him. I have a thing against Steve, like, his name is Jack Diamond, and he instantly loves Alice, and like I said, it's not a spoiler or anything, but I like the way she shuts him down. She kind of just gets really sassy with him. It made me love her more. So I do, now if you have, last time I checked, if you have Kindle Unlimited, you could actually get the first 6 books for free right now. I checked yesterday, the day before yesterday, and it was still like that. So I actually have the first 6, and I believe it's an 8-book series. But I do recommend this. I think if you love Alice in Wonderland, you should definitely give it a shot, even if you don't read YA, because I read both YA and adult. So, but there isn't a lot of gore, but there is a lot of, like, it does talk about serial killers and what, you know, they did, but it's not very detailed. So if you don't like gore or anything like that, you should be fine with this. And like I said, there is some ridiculousness to this, but the author did an amazing job just pulling it off. I'm kind of rambling, I'm sorry, but I'm actually really enjoying this food and this tea party. I will get to the quotes. Both Steve and I picked our favorite quotes from the book. When you do that to your tea, like if you get these flavored lollipops, it adds, like, this is blueberry muffin, it adds like a blueberry flavor to your tea. Yeah, my dentist loves me. So I'm going to be reading some quotes that we loved from here, off of some Alice cards. So this one I loved. Questions are the lazy man's way to try to learn, when the only way to learn is not to ask. Then what is the only way to learn? To live, of course. And that is another thing about Alice in Wonderland. Like, all you Alice in Wonderland fans, we love our, you know, quotes. And then there's this one. And this one was one of Steve's favorites. Let's see. Steve wrote, "The only thing that stands up to mad is nonsense." I could definitely see that being your favorite quote, Steve. And then we have this one. Sorry, the lighting. I really wanted to do this outside because it is such a pretty day. "There are two ways to live our lives, Alice. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle." Those little life lesson quotes, you know, that you just need in life. I love that this book delivered that. And then the last one. This was actually both Steve and I's favorite quote in here, so we both wrote on the card. "When she was good, she was very, very good. And when she was mad, she was Alice." All right, I'm gonna keep it short like that. Sorry if I was a little bit rambly. This was my first book review and I was starving. And these sandwiches are good. But thanks for joining me for our tea party. I may do a creepy tea time Tuesday and do book reviews every Tuesday. Please look forward to it. I love having tea parties. I am a Southerner, so I love my tea. And I do love Alice, as you could tell. And I do love spending time just outside and doing stuff like this. This was actually really fun, even though it took a bit. But I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a like and subscribe and thumbs up. And let me know if you've read this or if you're interested in reading it. Don't leave me any spoilers or anything, because like I said, this is actually a series I'm actually very, very excited about continuing. All right, say bye, Steve. Did you have fun? Are you cold? You're fine. Okay. All right, eat your cupcake. I'm not babying you. Well, you are in a booster seat. I'm just gonna put that out there. And you're the one that wanted peanut butter and jelly. Finish my Oreo. Y'all gotta try this. All right, have a good one.